I've been using Pinterest for a very long time, whether it's for art references, outfit, hair or makeup inspiration, character design inspiration, or if I just wanted to look at pretty pictures. I still use it regularly, and I now share my art on it as well. I love this app, but it's far from perfect and has a lot of problems, especially for artists, and I want to talk about them. The first and most glaring issue Pinterest has is art theft. Pinterest is all about sharing and saving pretty pictures, including art, but most of it is not shared by the artists themselves, nor is it at least linked to the original artist. A lot of artworks go viral and get spread and reposted so much that no one even knows where it came from and who made it. And from this, it spreads to other social medias as well. People repost artworks that aren't theirs, and when asked for credit, they say, I found it on Pinterest, I don't know. Or even worse, they claim the art to be theirs because, well, no one is fully sure who really made it. It has happened to me as well. I've seen my own art on my feed that I did not post on there. No credit, no link, no nothing. Or someone was using a self-portrait of mine as their profile picture, saying they drew it and it was them. Why would you do that? I've also seen people post screenshots from my TikToks without proper credit. I just don't understand why you would do that. If you like the art, wouldn't you want to credit the artist so they can get more support? The only thing that made this a little better for me is that I always put my watermark on my drawings where it's hard to crop it out. That's still not proper credit, but it's a little safer. But as someone with an audience, most of the times people recognize my art on reposts and leave my name in the comments or make it clear that the poster didn't make it, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much for that. But this doesn't happen to just popular artists. Small artists can fall victim to that as well, which I would argue is even worse because people will probably not recognize them, not stand up for them, and not believe them. And from there you can't do much about it, unfortunately. The only thing you can really do to stay safe is watermarking your work. I just do my username, put it somewhere in the middle of the drawing so it's hard to crop it out, and in a spot where it's hard to just cover it up, and lower the opacity. Yeah, it might look weird or out of place, but it's safer. You can also add your name in more creative ways, like in clothing brands, store names, or you can make your own logo and put it on the drawing. It's not going to 100% protect your art from getting reposted, but at least people can see your name and find you from that. And another solution is posting your art there yourself. I started doing it recently, you can follow me on there. And now I see reposts way less because people are sharing artworks that I shared from my profile. Can't steal it if I already put it there. Plus it can give you extra exposure. Please don't just repost other people's artworks without properly crediting them. And no, credit to the artist or I found it on Pinterest is not credit. Reverse image search is a thing and you can find the artist from there. Artists put time and effort into their work and crediting them for that is the least you can do. Next is a more recent problem and it's AI art. There's just a lot of AI on Pinterest. I see it a lot without even searching for it. Most of it is in an anime-looking style, and it's so annoying. AI art steals from real artists. It mixes and slices up real existing artworks to create whatever this is. Not to mention people who aren't even artists use AI instead of asking or paying real artists, or I don't know, picking up a pencil and learning themselves. I think that AI can potentially be used as a tool in the drawing process, but that's not how it's being used. It's used as a replacement of the drawing process instead. People use AI-generated images to pretend that they know how to draw and build platforms off of that, Actual artists get accused of using AI because a generic ass AI looks similar to their art. Maybe because it's stealing real art? I've seen people say that it's okay to steal back from AI and basically take the character designs, compositions, and all that stuff. I'm not 100% on this. Like I said, AI takes work from actual artists to create these images, so in a way it would still be stealing from artists. But that's up to you. I'm not gonna do it myself, but if someone else does it, I'm not gonna complain. This also isn't exclusive to Pinterest. Unfortunately, pretty much any social media about sharing art has this problem, but in my experience, I see it mostly on Pinterest, and because of how the algorithm works, if I interact with it in any way, even just by clicking on it, my feed will be flooded with it. There's so much more to say about AI, but this isn't the point of the video, so I'll move on. This next problem isn't exclusive to Pinterest either, but there's so much weird art on there. By weird, I mean stuff like suggestive art of characters that are not of age, or ship art of characters that are related or have an inappropriate age gap, things like that. And I don't care if it's fictional or they're actually 1,000 years old. No, get that out of my face. There's a lot of this, and there's always people fangirling over it in the comments, even though I notice usually people don't comment much on Pinterest. And again, this isn't exclusive to just Pinterest, there's weird people everywhere, but I come across it so often on there specifically. I could be looking at fan art of a character I like, boom, gross art. I already touched on it briefly, but the algorithm can be annoying sometimes. You can be scrolling on your feed, accidentally click on something, and now your feed is flooded with that thing. You don't even have to interact with it besides just clicking on it. For this video I had to search up the AI anime girls to show you what I was talking about, and now my feed is flooded with them. It's great when you're putting together a board and you just get this flow of inspiration, but when I simply misclick, it gets annoying. Or you could be looking at normal art and then Pinterest just shows you something weird or gross that's very vaguely connected to what you were originally looking at.
All our food keeps blowing up.
We live in an era where there's advertisements pretty much everywhere and it's hard to escape it, and Pinterest is guilty of that as well. Usually. I actually don't really have them, weirdly enough. I don't have them on my phone nor my laptop. I don't have any ad blockers or subscriptions or anything. Not sure what that's about, but it is a thing that bothers a lot of people, so I thought I should bring it up. The next point is that Pinterest is not a very social media. This isn't necessarily a problem, I'd say. It's really just personal preference. For me, Pinterest has always been a place where I can look at pretty pictures, save some of them, get inspired, and leave. I only recently became more active and public, I guess. For years, I just had an empty account, all my boards were private. Now I made a proper account, share my art, and have a few public boards, but even then, I wouldn't say I'm very social on there still. I don't know, for me, Pinterest is like going to a public space like a library, doing my thing, minding my business, and leaving, while on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I'm a lot more social and active. But that's just me. I think it's cool to have an app where I can just mind my business, but I know that a lot of people see it differently and prefer to interact with people on there, so whether this is a problem or not really just depends on how you use the app. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I do like Pinterest, I really do. It plays a huge role in my art journey, it's a great source for inspiration, but I also want to be realistic and acknowledge its issues. At the end of the day, I would not be using it for this long if I didn't like it. Keep in mind that I'm speaking from my own experience, and it's fine if yours is different, or Maybe you had more issues that I didn't even bring up. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, like the video, comment, all that. Check out my other socials, they will be on the screen and in the description. Stay safe and I'll see you in another video. Bye!